There you go. I hope that was an amazing video for you all. It's sharing a little bit of a preview on what we do with Masterclass Virtual Assistant in-person training. Welcome to Surge Freelancing Marketplace. This is a free training on getting started with fire. And again, we want to welcome everybody and encourage everybody to tag your friends, comment, and share. This is a free training video, so when you actually think of fire or financial independence and retiring early, the moment I heard about this and the movement and the passion behind it, immediately I thought it's perfect for freelancers because we all love freedom and flexibility. We all want to go and really embrace financial independence and retiring early. Okay. So we have a guest that will be with us tonight, and he's going to be sharing with us more on this topic. But real quick, please let me know where you're at right now. Where are you watching? Okay, may you be watching in YouTube or in Facebook or in LinkedIn. Please let me know so we can be guided on where you guys are at. Okay, if you're also watching in the Philippines, outside the Philippines, we know there are others that are not Filipinos. So go ahead and let us know so we can be guided as well. Okay, so we have here people from YouTube, okay, from YouTube as well. Okay, a lot of people from YouTube. Okay, YouTube and Laguna. Okay, with all the also YouTube, also YouTube. Okay, so somebody from the from Singapore, United Arab Emirates, Agusan del Sur. Okay, we have also people from Muntinlupa. Okay, Caloocan City. Where else? In YouTube. Okay. Hi there, Lady Rose. It's good to have you. We also have from Rizal. All right. So others are still adding their responses. Thank you very much for letting us know. Again, this is a free training, so feel free to tag your friends and comment and share this training so you can also be guided on how to embrace this movement right here. And then later on, we're also going to be sharing with you our top fan winners. Okay, so we have, I think, 20 top fun winners that we're going to be drawing here later tonight towards the end. Okay, so this is our discussion tonight, getting started with the fire or financial independence and retiring early. So with regards to this, I'm going to be bringing in our guests or a resource speaker on this one later on. For the time being, this is actually brought to you by Surge. Know that Surge Freelancing Marketplace is here in order to give you a freelancing training, also freelancing services and solutions. This is me right here. I'm here to help you, and I'm very passionate about empowering lives, more in freelancing and of course in other thoughts. And this is one that I want to really also encourage you guys when it comes to again, financial independence and retiring early. So this is us right here. We're providing freelancing courses, services as well, and solutions. Our discussion for today, will tackle what is fire. Okay, we will also be discussing why one should consider fire. Why should you be considering that type of mindset or probably that type of lifestyle, and then tips in getting started with this lifestyle. So what are the thought pattern, what are the steps that you can do, how are you going to do it? Okay, so we're going to be learning that today. Okay, so also, okay, if you can quickly add in the comment section if this is your first time in knowing fire or financial independence, retire early. Okay, so if this is your first time to know about this, please let me know. Please add in the comment section yes. If not, you're already familiar with this, please also let me know, like, no. Okay, so if this is your first time, please quickly add the comment yes. If this is your second time or third time, you're already familiar with this, let us know as well. Okay, so we have here Shirley saying that first time, first time, first time. Okay, yes, first time to know. So at least, okay, so a lot of you guys are saying it's first time. Okay, so I think for many of us, we're not familiar, though a few probably have been embracing this lifestyle, but it's good to be guided. Okay, so so far none of you guys are aware, so this is a good place to start. Okay, a good place to start where we can be guided when it comes to what financial independence retire early means. Okay, though we have one here third time. Okay, good job to you, Ariel. Thank you very much for joining us. Also, I learned about it in when I was in the UK. All right, good. Thank you, thank you. Others first time. Okay, third time. Okay, others first time. So Vicky is first time. Nth time for Mari. Okay. I'm not talking about you joining the live. Okay, but like you hearing about financial independence, retiring early. Okay. So third time for Dave. Okay. So thank you for all of your responses. Okay. So let's go ahead and know a little bit our speaker. But prior to that, please know that the flow of this free training is going to be discussion first. And then during the discussions, if you have questions, you can go ahead and add it in the comment section. Okay. Or you can write it down, maybe remember it later on, because we are going to entertain discussions or questions after the discussion. So discussions first, and then afterwards, the question and answer. And then towards the end, I'm going to be sharing a special code for you to use in order for you to get into filling in the feedback form for you to be certified. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to draw and share with you winners from the last live when we had some question and answer who gave relevant questions. And then also, we will be sharing with you top fan winners. Okay. So I hope that you guys are all excited. All right. So let's go ahead and discuss a little bit on this topic right here. We're going to ask you to connect with us later on. Okay. So we're going to be asking you, of course, to connect with Serge. While you're there, please go ahead and like us or connect with us in Facebook or in LinkedIn or in YouTube. And later on, we will also ask you to like and follow the page or probably communities that our speaker will bring in. Okay. So, with regards to our topic today, financial independence, retiring early, our speaker is, the founder and I knew him because he's a fellow alumni or he's a fellow alumni of where I graduated my master's in entrepreneurship. Okay, the Asian Institute of Management. And when I met him, when my I advisor, I believe is also his advisor, one of his advisors came here. He shared about fire or financial independence retiring early and how this lifestyle will gear people towards strategically basically live their lives into goals. Okay, and he's going to actually share more about it. He is the founder, of course, of Fire Movement Philippines, or Financial Independence Retire Early Movement in the Philippines. They have a group that we're going to be sharing with you later on. Him and his wife are passionate in empowering people see fire in their lives. He's also the founder and owner of Cacao Culture. And I believe he has a lot of things that he's going to be sharing with us today. Okay. Please help me welcome Sir Kenneth or Ken Reyes Lau. Hi. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Naka-mute ka ata.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Grace, for the invitation. I am truly grateful to be able to share with everyone the FIRE movement, or at least the lifestyle and the concept. And we wanted to really reach out to a larger audience and a lot of freelancers are working, nationwide or even abroad. And I think the opportunity to be able to handle your personal finance is very important, regardless of where you are.
Very true. Very true. And this is also really a blessing to a lot of freelancers because we know that some of the freelancers here are earning a lot, but they need wisdom in really managing finances. I know freelancers that are earning six digits, some even, a quarter of a million on a monthly basis. And based on my experience, when we started earning big, it was difficult because we did not know how to manage our finances. So I know that
Mm.
this is going to be a blessing to everybody. So go ahead and take the floor and share what fire movement is all about.
All right. So tonight we'll discuss what is fire. And I think ultimately we want you guys to be able to start or kick off your journey, no, in this lifestyle. So I'll just share a little bit about myself. Sorry. Hmm, Let me check that. Okay, here. Can you see this? Yeah. So yeah, my name is Ken, and we manage a social enterprise called Cacao Culture. So our background is in IT and tech, and we moved to Davao City in 2016 to pursue agriculture and chocolate making. No, so we've been doing this for 7 years now, and if you really like Philippine chocolates, you could check that out, Cacao Culture. But one of the advocacies that we really push is this fire movement. No? Kasi as part of our advocacy in the agriculture side and the social enterprise side, we felt that there is a need for more financial literacy. We started the fire movement because yung mga tao namin or the employees and the farmers that we were um, overseeing or taking care of were subjected to financial scams. No, so I don't think uh, we are all exempted from those things, but if we are more knowledgeable and we are more financially literate, then we could identify certain things that might be red flags. So we saw this happen with our employees and also our farmers, and we felt the need for us to step in and share more about what we have been doing or practicing in our own lives. And so ito yung gusto namin i-share now with you guys, no? Okay. So with the fire concept, we want to separate two things. It's the financial independence part and the retire early part. So the concept is broken down into two, really. I'll share with you the first one is the financial independence part is being able to have enough money saved and invested that the annualized return covers our basic expenses. No? So yung annualized return meaning yung kita or the earnings from the investment that we have done over the years can now cover our most basic expenses. So this allows us the freedom to decide what we want to do. So again, please be reminded that this is about covering your basic expenses. So we'll dig deeper later on about that. And then the next part is the retiring early. So society has dictated or at least preconditioned us that we are only going to retire at age 60, 65. No, yan na yung retirement term natin. And someone really wanted or at least may mga notion or questions Na bakit ganon? Why do we have to retire at age 65? Can we do that earlier? Can we retire in our 30s or 40s? No? And then retiring is not about just stopping the work and you just lay in bed, watch Netflix all day. It's not about that. It's about being able to decide and say, I don't want to trade my time anymore for money or for work or employment because I have enough, right? So, yan yung gusto nating, that's what we want to really dive into, right? So I'll just share a short history of fire. The concepts of fire is really not new. No, it's how do I say this? It's a holistic view in terms of how you look at your expenses and income and managing investments. But the overall concept is not new. I'll share with you the source material of what most fire practitioners uh, point out to as how it all started. So this is the book. I'm not sure if you have read this book. For those who have this copy of the book or have read it, can you say yes in the comment section so that I have a little bit of idea who has knowledge about this book? All right. So the book Your Money or Your Life, written by Vicky Robin and Joe Dominguez, was published in 1992, and it features intentional living, frugality, so meaning matipid, pagiging matipid, and saving money, and about investing it properly so those investments could cover your expenses. And can you believe that even during 1986, they were already doing financial independence workshops even before they published the book? So the concept is not new, or how do I say this? It's been there. And I'm actually surprised myself that why haven't I learned about this? Kailan lang ako natuto and stuff like that. No? So, yun yung mga revelations for me personally. And I think for most of you who are attending, this is your first time to hear about the fire concept, right? So you will also be, if you're familiar with vlogs or blogs that showcase early retirement or the fire lifestyle, most of them are based in the US. And I think one of the reasons why we started the group is that context is important. So anong ibig sabihin nun is we want to see more Filipinos practice this, and also yung success stories. We want success stories that someone like us, someone living in the Philippines who is able to do this, pull this off, nakapag-retire ng mas maaga than what society has dictated. And that's why we started the group also, no? So most of the context or most of the content that you see on the internet is based on the US or even in Canada or Australia. So there's very few content about fire in the Philippines. There are a lot of content about business, about investment, about stock market, but nothing really that focuses on the holistic approach like fire, right? Okay. So I'll share with you some basics and terminologies that you might encounter when you uh, go through your journey in this fire lifestyle. So most of the time, we ask new members of our group, or those who are really interested of starting, is your fire number. So what does this mean? This mean is you need to compute. Each of us kasi has individual fire numbers, based on our situation, based on our expenses, no? So what does this mean? No? So we have to compute your annual expense and then multiply that by 25. So ang ibig sabihin nun, what that means is that once you do this computation, that is the amount that you will need to have either saved or invested that earns a significant uh, earnings through the year, and then it will cover your expenses. So ito yung usual natin na goal. Kailangan natin na may goal post kasi what I encounter most of the time is that when I ask people what is their goal, or ano, gusto ko lang yumaman. That's what they say. I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. Pero we need to identify with ourselves kung ano ba yung tama na. What is enough? What is enough for me? What is enough for my family? Based on our living conditions, based on our situation. How much is enough? And then that's when you are able to measure that, then mas gaganahan tayong to work towards that goal rather than just having something vague na I want to be rich. How rich is rich, no? Yun yung mga questions natin. But definitely this fire number is the most important computation. Kumbaga, ito yung starting point nating lahat. Okay? And then the 4% rule of thumb. So in the 1998 financial study done in the Trinity University, lumabas itong 4% rule. So ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng 4% rule? So 4% is the safe withdrawal rate ng uh, of someone who has a retirement portfolio based in the US stock exchange. So kunwari, someone who has been investing regularly in the stock exchange in the US, pag time na niya mag-retire, ano ba ang withdrawal rate na ma-cover lang expenses niya, and then hindi madideplete or mauubos or yung money niya, no? So this is something that's computed, no? So before, it was like a hard rule. Mga people, when they read it, it needs to be 4% withdrawal rate. And then ngayon, it's more of like a rule of thumb if you want to withdraw more or less. But at the beginning, it was really a study conducted using or basing it on the US stock exchange. So ngayon kasi, with the Philippine context, our Philippine stock market doesn't perform the same way as the US stock market. So we can't really fully depend on a stock market investment here in the Philippines and then use this rule, no? So ang ano ko is more of like it's a rule of thumb, and then we also substitute uh, other ways or other investment vehicles that is available to us, no? And then baka hindi Philippine stocks, it might be real estate, it might be something else. But the idea or the concept is really about how much money you would withdraw. And then pag minultiply mo ang 4% from your fire number, that is basically your annual expense that you're covering. Okay. And then ang next term is the savings rate. So ano bang ibig sabihin ng savings rate? So once you get your income, 'di ba? Meron tayong tinatawag na income, and then may expenses, and then yung mga natira is pwede natin i-save, no? So if you are saving like 5% of your income, 5% of your income, it will take you 66 years until you are able to retire. No, so yung mga ganun yung mga savings rate computations. No, so that's why uh, ito yung mga sinasabi sa society. No, so pag nakikita nyo sa mga what you see with financial advisors or maybe banks or when someone's talking about personal finance, uh, 10 to 15% savings rate is okay. No, so it's okay. Kumbaga, yan lang yung basic or yan yung acceptable by society. And then what does that mean? So it means that you have to work for 51 years or 45 years before you're able to retire. And that's what society has been dictating to us, that we just save a certain amount, 10 to 15%, and then may savings ka, you have enough, but you're still working and working and working until 65, maybe up to 70 now. No? So with the fire lifestyle and the fire community, you'd be surprised we have Filipinos who have a savings rate of 50%, 60%. So ano ibig sabihin nun? Their income, 60% nun, nilagay na nila sa savings or investment. Right? So that means this um, accelerates their journey, right? So instead of just saving 10% and then you're spending 50 plus years working to be able to retire on that 10%, uh, someone else, a fellow Filipino, saving at a rate of 60% cuts down that time that he or she needs to work now in more than half. No? So dito sa simple computation dito, if you're saving around 60% of your income, that's 12.5 years, no, versus 50 years if you were just saving 10%. Okay? So sa mga may questions dito later, you could ask or post the questions and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And then other term is net worth. No, net worth is the total wealth of an individual, and then it takes into account your total assets and liabilities. Hindi ko sure sa mga viewers natin if there are any accountants here, no? So ang sa FIRE kasi when we discuss net worth, we compute based on the investments and savings that actually gives us a return. So sa accounting, if a car, your primary car is let's say 1 million pesos, asset yun eh. Pero it's a depreciating asset. But sa FIRE, we don't count that dun sa pag-build natin ng FIRE number natin. Kasi it doesn't generate income or it doesn't give you income or give you that boost, no, in terms of income that the other assets can produce, like investing in stocks, real estate, and etc. So okay, so itong net worth na to is like your measuring stick talaga on how you fare in terms of the journey. Okay. And then yung mga term na to, side hustles, I think this is a normalized term now that you have currently one employment pero you still do mga side business, you still do projects on the side to have to earn that additional income. No? So these are things that are now normalized. Sometimes kasi, or at least I think general now is that the current income that we have working is not enough to cover the expenses of the family. So that's why people now need to be a two-income household. You're also exploring freelancing, diba, to earn more than what you were currently getting before, and also siguro again to be able to earn more money to live a certain lifestyle that you would want or you see yourself doing, right? Okay. Etong mga life hacks. I think familiar na rin kayo now with life hacks. So sa FIRE kasi, we have the ability to ano, how do we parang in our minds, how do we fast track our journey, or how do we increase our savings, how do we um reach the goal quicker. So we try our best to look into life hacks, or yung mga hacks that could help us or be beneficial to us during this journey, no. So um sa US, ang familiar term when you hear house hacking. So house hacking, hindi naman ibig sabihin na hinahack natin talaga yung bahay literally, but if you have like a spare room, or you have a duplex, or 'di ba yung pwede mong ipa-rent out, and then the income coming from that rent pays for your mortgage or pays for your bills, then that is a form of house hacking, no? Travel hacking yan. Gustong-gusto natin yung mga Pinoy na makatipid when we travel. So, mga piso fares, yung mga ganyan. So, may mga certain things tayong pinapractice na that it could be part of the FIRE lifestyle, no? And then, ganun din with the tax. Now, for me personally, uh, being more knowledgeable about tax, no, is a great way to save money, no. So especially if you're running a business, even sa personal, kasi if you're familiar with the with the tax code, or marami kang savings na pwedeng makuha if you're familiar and you're able to discuss that with an accountant. So yun yung mga certain things na gusto nating matuto during the course of our journey, or sa within the community may mga nag-share about it. So yun yung natututunan natin. Okay. So where to start? Paano nga ba magsimula? How do we start this journey? No? Here's a picture, and I would like to share with you that ang negative net worth is for someone who is in debt, no. Negative net worth, you're climbing a mountain. Imagine this, you're climbing a mountain, but pag sinabi mong negative net worth, parang naghukay ka pa, or you dug yourself into a hole. You didn't even get to start the climb, but you're already down in the hole, right? So what we want, or usually what we I advise people who are starting out in the fire journey, is to really assess their situation, financial situation. If you're in debt with credit card or something, so we need to address those things to get you to negative to zero. So yan isang milestone natin, is that the zero net worth is actually something to be celebrated. No, it's not something na ikakahiya natin, no, if especially if we're coming from negative. So reaching the zero net worth, meaning you don't have any more liabilities of debt that's hovering over you, then dun mo na pwede ma-start talaga yung climb in terms of your fire number, building your net worth. Okay. All right. So here, in the context of the Philippines, now Filipinos are the most stressed about debt and personal finance. 70% according to the survey, comparing us to other ASEAN countries. And then ang primary source natin ng loan are friends, family. And then what does this do? This actually puts a lot of burden on personal relationships, no? So kung may mga kaibigan tayo, or family members who are not managing their finances really well, they will turn to family members also na kailangan ko ng tulong, kailangan ko ng ganito. So what it parang sa atin kasi as Filipinos, we're very generous. Now we would like to extend help when needed. But what does this do if that person doesn't manage their money well? It puts a burden on a personal relationship na dating close kayo na family. Now, uh, talking about money, talking about the obligation of debt or repayment actually triggers something, no, na mag-aaway kayo or you'll fight over it or you just don't want to address the issue anymore, the problem, and then you just let it go. Sometimes ganun. So the the thing here is that we are this situation is not unique to Filipinos. No? It also happens with other countries, other nationalities as well. So, but the survey just points out that for us in the Philippines, stressing out over personal finance, 70% sa atin stress. Why? Kasi we're not knowledgeable enough. We're not disciplined enough to to handle our own money. All right. So, yun yung mga gusto nating i-tackle with the community also. And then credit card. Credit card may annual interest yan of 18% per annum. And if you don't pay off your credit card, it's actually putting you in a deeper and deeper hole before you are able to reach ground zero. So ngayon with the digital banks and yung mga finance apps, mas mabilis na maka-access ng loan. And if you compute it, mas mataas pa sila than the credit card in terms of interest. So we have a community in the Philippines or at least yung mga nakikita natin na okay, mas madali nang humiram ng money. It's easier to borrow money, but in the end, you're saddled with debt. You're trying to pay it off also. No? So those things we need to look out for. Okay? Ayan. Here in our in FIRE, we need to look at the expense side first, especially when you're starting, because that's the basis of your FIRE number. So expense is key. No? Lowering your expense lowers your FIRE number significantly. So you could try that out and then try nyo lang i-compute and you'll see the difference that lowered annual expense and then malo-lower nyo rin yung FIRE number. Again, this situation is very unique to each and one of us. So someone might have a family that is that have two kids, no? Or some might just be single and then just decides he or she just wants to be single. So it's a very different dynamic, different, very different expense, right? But again, these are things that we need to be conscious about, need to be able to track. No? So the money freed up from cost savings can now be allocated to debt payment, savings, investment. So once we figured out that we could live at a much lower expense, the income that comes in that may surplus yan eh. And then now you could put that into debt repayment, savings, investment. No? So it depends on how we are able to see this. Kasi before, since we don't track it, we don't look at it, then we just forget. We just money comes in and then we just spend it, right? So the key here is about expenses. So in terms of FIRE, we also advocate minimalism or intentional living. So what does this mean? No? So it's not about just selling everything and then you don't have any items in your house. It's more about being more intentional in terms of the purchases. Is that do you really need that purchase or are you just parang na tempt lang tayo dahil may sale, oy, sulit to, ganun, and then we'll just buy it and then we ended up not using it. So those parang you need to be more conscious and more intentional in your decisions to purchase something. Because if you do not purchase that thing, that money could be allocated to investment, not allocated to maybe paying off some debt. So there's always a uh, consequence, or at least parang result to every decision that we make. No? Okay. Emergency fund. Sino dito may emergency fund? Who has an emergency fund? I'm not sure if uh, all of us have an emergency fund, or ngayon lang natin to narinig, or 'di ba parang do we really need it? So sa lahat ng mga narinig ko ng, or at least to the people that uh, who have been advocating for personal finance, ito yung usual nilang sinasabi to start, right? You need to have an emergency fund of around 3 to 6 months of your expense. Some, or at least, mali kasi, paano ba? I don't want to say it's wrong to have an emergency fund based on income. So example, if your income is 50,000, then your emergency fund, if you base it on a 3 months thing, is 150. So for me, that's a wrong way to approach it for emergency fund. Emergency fund should be based on expense. So like sa fire number natin, what is your monthly expense? And then dun tayo mag-base. So if your income is 50,000 a month, but your expense is just 25. So pag compute mo nun, how you compute it is 25 times 3, not 50 times 3. So 25 times 3 is 75. So you need to have 75,000 as an emergency fund, right? You need to have this separate bank account, and they are only used for actual emergencies. So this serves as a layer of protection for you. So what does this mean? So kunwari may emergency that okay, so let's say since everyone here in the audience might be freelancer, and yung pinaka-importanting bagay natin na item would be your laptop, right? If something happens to your laptop, you don't need to borrow money to buy a new laptop or to have it repaired. You have an emergency fund that, because livelihood na yung pinag-usapan natin, we need to earn money, or we need to log on the internet to provide the service. So the emergency fund, sagot na niya yung nangyari doon sa laptop mo, or to buy a new one because your laptop got broken or stolen or something. So it doesn't put you into a negative, no, na nangutang ka pa, or you borrowed money just to get a new laptop to be able to provide the service that your clients need. So this is ano talaga, no, this is very important. And for us, very subjective na kasi. What do we do for, I don't know, is it 3 months, is it 6 months, may rules ba? I think we need to be more confident in terms of saying, okay, kaya ko 3 months emergency fund. If medyo especially nung pandemic, no, parang I should have emergency fund of up to 1 year. That's fine. Pero the question now is, where did you put that emergency fund? No? Is that emergency fund just in the bank that's earning less than 1%? 'Di ba? So may mga ano na tayo, may mga choices that we need to make once we reach a certain level of or a certain amount that we have to do. So balik lang tayo sa slide. Ito sa Philippines, no, I'm not sure in other countries, but in the Philippines, the rise of digital banks since the pandemic is a good thing and a bad thing for me personally. Yun yung ano ko. It's a good thing since yung interest rate is higher than normal banks. Accessibility to it. Of course, may mga sinasabi silang risk about online, mga phishing, ganun. I think lahat naman ng banks could be subjected to fraud and other, parang hindi lang siya exclusive to digital banks, no? Um, and the good thing, I always advise people that yung emergency fund natin, pwede natin ilagay sa digital banks that earns a lot higher in terms of interest rate per annum. No, so it's a good thing that we have this facility now. And then why is it a bad thing? A bad thing naman is because sobrang accessible na siya for those who are who doesn't know how to manage their money. They are now able to access loans from these digital banks na could reach up to yan 38%, 84% per annum depending on how frequent you pay off your debt, no? So um if we just borrow blindly, magugulat lang din tayo na we're paying off more and more uh, to the interest rather than having savings and also building our net worth. So that's what's happening right now. So okay, let's move on. Okay. So ang next na dinidiscuss namin is protection. So what does this mean? So there's only one protection talaga. That's insurance. For people who are selling insurance, no offense, but the fire community does not advocate VUL or variable life insurance policies. We deem it should be insurance is protection, yes, and should never be an investment. So we try to separate those things. So pag may nagsabi po sa inyo na insurance plus investment, you're better off buying a term insurance and then investing the difference. So this is we explain this to our community, we explain this to our members, and dun sa mga ano din, I think for us it's more realization na experience namin. No, it's not. I'm not saying na hindi ako bumili ng VUL. It's more of like for me personally, na-experience ko na. And then I don't want the younger generations to fall into this thing that they're just paying and paying and paying kasi uh, they believe that this vehicle, you're actually earning money from this. No. No, so ano ko lang is more of like we need to be more conscious, more knowledgeable, do our research, and you will see that there are there's parang communities talaga in the Facebook groups and ano that does not push or advocate for VUL. We all need insurance kasi protection nga yan eh. Fire, protecting your assets like your house or your real estate. No. But again, we try to keep that separate. Okay. So ano bang investment philosophies for fire? So um, I don't want to go deeper. I just want to breeze through for this kasi hindi nga lahat uh, accessible for us in the Philippines. But I would say most of the context in the US when they talk about fire, ang parating kasama is index fund or ETFs. No? So what does this mean? So when you have the opportunity to invest in ETFs, ang ibig lang sabihin nito is uh, para siyang ano, it's a group of stocks, no? That if you just buy one stock, you already technically bought the whole lot of different companies in just buying one stock. And it's comparable really to mutual fund. The only difference is uh, hindi na siya managed by a company like a bank or insurance company. Yung mutual fund ba? Yung mutual fund is managed by a third entity and they charge certain fees. When you invest in index funds or ETFs, you're investing directly into the market or the stock market. Okay? So, ito yung expense ratios, no. So, ito lang example lang to for us in the Philippines. So, right now in the Philippines, we have so BDO Equity Index Fund, for example, charges 1% management fees. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? If you give them your money, they will charge you 1% per year for handling it. If the market goes up or down, they will still get their 1%. If you talk to yourself or think about it, parang 1%, mura lang yun ah. Parang okay lang. Parang pwede na, 1%. So, example, 1% of 100 pesos is piso. Oh, okay lang, okay lang. Pero pag umabot ka na ng 10 million, ano yung 1% na yun? Kung umabot ka na ng 50 million or yung money mo umabot na ng certain amount, medyo malaki na yun, right? So comparing that to investing in ETFs, the expense ratio is much, much lower. Sa Vanguard ETF, which is in the US, 0.09% lang yung expense ratio. So, sa mga nagpo-pursue ng FIRE, isa to sa mga vehicles that they choose, no? Okay. Okay. So, di ko sinasabing since nasa US yun, wala na tayong ability to invest abroad. So, meron na kasi tayong mga technology ngayon sa internet, di ba? May mga certain things that we are able to invest in or pursue because of the internet, regardless of where we are. Basta nakakonect ka lang. Malaking tulong na yun. Like, the revolution of freelancing. Kahit saan ka na kahit saan ka, nasa province ka, okay lang. Basta as long as you have a stable internet. Same goes with investing. So it doesn't excuse us from not learning na parang, okay, hindi ako makapasok sa ganyan kasi ganito, ganito, ganito. Nandito lang ako sa probinsya. I think we're past that, no? So, there are certain things, of course, na sabihin natin, okay, other countries might have this and this na mga financial instruments na wala tayo sa Philippines. But we could find a similar equivalent or we could look into something na pwedeng ma-replicate yung ganun. No? So investing in the US is still a good thing. Dahil yung mga companies doon would be your Apple, Google, yung mga ganun ba. So dito kasi if you invest comparing it to let's say Jollibee, iba. Kahit dito maganda na yung company na Jollibee, pag doon may growth ang Google, the growth aspect is very different from a growth aspect ng Jollibee. So, yung gusto natin is matap into that growth. So, dito sa community namin, there are a lot of people asking, how do we access those things? And that's a totally different discussion. Kasi maraming ways to do that. So, we're just opening up your thoughts and ideas into this. Okay. Ito, mga local equivalents. So, sa US, you have your 401k or Roth IRA, mga ano ano siya, mga pension plans, right? So here sa Philippines, hindi din tayo magde-depend on our local social welfare plans or ano kasi we need to be mindful of our own personal finance. Hindi natin iasa to a family member, to a government agency or something. So, ang point lang natin is that uh, we have these vehicles available to us. We need to be able to pay it also. Na, like, sa mga freelancers, are you paying your SSS, your Pag-ibig, your PhilHealth? Even if feeling nyo kulang yung ano niyan, coverage or something, you need to pay those things. And may mga certain things din sila na available to members. Uh, for the fire community, ang pinaka best local equivalent na makakatulong sa atin is the MP2 from Pag-ibig right now. So if you're not familiar with MP2, it's a voluntary account sa Pag-ibig. So ang ibig sabihin nun is that you voluntarily put in the money there as an investment. And ito yung money na ipapautang nila or what they would use for housing loans or home improvement loans to Pag-ibig members. And then a certain uh, dividend coming from the interest that they earn is given back to the people who invested in Pag-ibig MP2. This is tax-free and guaranteed na hindi malugi in terms of uh, you won't lose your principal. No? Example, if you put money in a business, baka mag-close down yung business mo or something. Ito, they guarantee your principal at the very least. But every year, may mga nire-release silang dividend report or at least dividend kung how much they're giving out based on your investment. So, yeah, I think this is a very strong vehicle for Filipinos to utilize. Marami pa kasing hindi nag-utilize niya kasi one, wala akong tiwala sa government. Two, tamad na ako or I'm lazy or I'm too busy. Daming excuse ba. But this is very important. And ito na yung mga, kumbaga, it's sitting right in front of us. So might as well use it. Use the opportunity and the vehicles that's presented to us or available to us here in the Philippines. Okay. Real estate. Sa fire, having your own house is not necessarily parang good thing for fire. So sa fire kasi we push more for rental properties. You could have your house na simple lang, you don't need to live in a fancy village or ano, basta ang point lang ng real estate when the fire community talks about it is that the real estate investment that you have should be earning income, no? And brings in cash flow. Kasi yun yung magpapabilis ng ano mo to build your net worth and build your fire number. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Yung house ko, my own home is not generating income because I'm using it. But may appreciation in terms of value. Does that count? So, ang sa fire, when we view it, it doesn't count kasi parang paper ano lang yan eh. Kumbaga, you will only gain that appreciation if you sell the house. So, ang gusto natin is more of something that comes in terms of cash flow. And then marami na rin tayong mga fellow Filipinos nagpapatayo ng mga paupahan, mga OFW and people who are kunwari very keen on buying certain distressed or kumbaga pwedeng kailangan ayusin lang ng konti and then they could rent out the building or the apartment. So yun yung mga tinitignan nilang mga ways to help them in terms of their fire journey. Okay? Overwhelmed na ba kayo? Usually, parang ano to one, wake up call. Two, parang ang dami ko naman kailangan isipin. Pero hopefully, this is an eye-opener for everyone. Those who might be familiar with the fire lifestyle. Again, it's it's a constant journey and also hindi siya parang one-time, big-time solution of being able to retire. It needs discipline and practice. So, I just wanted to summarize and break it down, no, to keep it simple. So, for number one is to be able to be familiar of your situation, get to ground zero first, pay off your debts, mga ganun. Compute for your fire number, cut down on expenses, increase income, increase savings rate. No? So increase income, may unlimited opportunity yan to increase your income. But if you increase income and also increase your expense, yung tinatawag na nag lifestyle creep yung tawag doon eh. Parang habang yumayaman ka, yung ano mo ba, yung expenses mo sumasabay kasi may pera na ako, kaya ko na to gastusan. Pero baka hindi naman kailangan talaga or hindi na ako magko-commute kasi may pera na ako, parang ganun. So those things parang sumasabay sa income mo and then sumasabay yung expenses. Then we are not necessarily increasing our opportunity to save and invest. No? And then, yun nga, increase our savings rate and then reach our fire number. Okay. So, to end, and we'll open up the floor for questions. One, you need to track your expenses. Alam kong hirap. Kami personally hirap. We're not the type of person na mag-track talaga. Pero kinailangan namin gawin to find out nasan ba yung baseline namin. And then, makompute namin yung fire number. And then that's when we started building and building on our journey. Siguro for me personally, mas nakaka-excite once you see certain gains. No? Kumbaga, yung mga pinaghirapan natin, yung mga uh, pag-iipon, research, where to put the money, mas nakakaano pag tinatrack natin yung progress. So yun lang, guys. Thank you very much. Siguro I'll ask Grace to help me moderate with the questions. And please feel free to ask your
Yes,
question.
thank you very much, Ken. Kahit ako parang, wow, overwhelmed. There are things that I'm doing right now na, like for example, insurance, like, ang laki ng investment part. And then, yeah, that's probably, like, my husband is also here. I'm like, we're really learning a lot. So first and foremost, thank you very much for, this very, um, um hindi naman overwhelming pero very helpful na information. I believe a lot of people actually gain from it. Yep, we'll open the floor now to a question and answer. We have a few questions here. May nagsabi kanina, OMG, kapag susumahin pala, malaki na ng interest ng GCash. So I
Okay,
think a lot
so
of people are doing
well,
loans, may mga pa-loan.
loans. Yes, so sa GCash, dati wallet lang talaga siya. It started out as a wallet that you could pay, load, and then pay. Then it during
Mhm,
the pandemic transition to a financial app na talaga.
mm,
So may portion doon na wallet pa rin. So if you have cash on GCash na wallet, hindi siya nag-earn ng interest for you in terms of savings. You need to put that in a G-Save. Kumbaga, it's another layer in terms of the app.
mm, mm,
No? And then at the
mm,
same time, yung baka si uh, Ma'am Bells is asking malaki yung interest. Baka dun sa loans. Yes. Malaki
mm,
po yung interest sa loans if you try to
mm.
compute it for yourself. Kasi ang ipinapakita sa'yo most of the time with I think in any
Digital also.
digital or
Mm,
traditional bank or credit card is the monthly payment. So
mm.
ipapakita sa'yo na 1,500 lang yung kailangan mong bayaran every month. In our head, we compute, kaya ko naman yung
Okay lang.
1,500. Okay lang.
Mm,
Pwede. So in our head, we don't compute or see the interest that they are charging us. We just see the
mm,
1,500 and then kaya ko naman 1,500. Kaya naman ng income ko magbayad ng 1,500. So that's where we are parang slowly and surely nababaon tayo sa utang na hindi natin namamalayan.
Mm. Thank you for that. We have here. Do you teach, coach? I think this is for you. Do you teach or coach how to do stock exchange in the Philippines or in the US?
For me personally, we don't ano, may mga people that are really into stocks trading, and they study all these charts and
Mm, mm,
these things, no, and then they are successful for
mm,
them personally, and then they try to teach people
mm,
also.
mm,
For us, we don't coach in terms of stocks, not because uh, ayaw namin i-share yung knowledge. It's more of like sa FIRE kasi long term yung long term
mm,
yung vision. So if you buy a certain stock, parang hino-hold mo na yan. You don't actively trade every day. Kasi once you go deeper in terms of the FIRE mindset, it's you lose money in the trading eh. Kasi
mm,
we are trying to beat the system, or we're trying to beat the market. No? Gusto nating
mm,
lamangan, gusto nating kumita, oh, ganito, papasok tayo dito, tapos gagano. So, ang dami mong ano. So, sa FIRE, it's more of like, okay, the market will grow. We
mm,
know that. And then, ang ano natin is consistent putting in of our
mm,
investment rather than trying to time it, trying to trade actively. Kasi hindi
mm,
lahat ng tao are traders eh. Like for me, and
mm.
then for you
True.
also, you're entrepreneur.
Mm,
Ako, nasa farm kami. So, pag walang internet tas bumababa yung market, paano yun? Paano ako trade? So, nasa-stress ka na. No? So,
true.
it's
Mm,
more
mm,
long-term vision, long-term plan. And
mm,
yung ano namin is more of like yung ETFs nga, yung index funds. No? Sa
mm,
Philippines, ang index fund lang na available is FM ETF. Pero it I feel it still pales in comparison in terms of the growth if you compare it to the US.
mm.
So may mga ways na rin tayo to invest in the US, even as Filipinos,
Nice.
na
Mm,
merong mga ganun din. So
mm,
we could talk about that in a different
mm,
session. No? So
mm,
pero thank you, is it Joyce, for
mm,
that question. No? So may mga people talaga who are very skilled and then trying to teach you to trade.
mm,
However, not I would say 90% of us will fail and lose money in the trading kasi
mm,
we don't have that years of experience, we
mm,
don't have that analytical mind na paano nila nakikita yung nakikita nila. So for us,
mm,
it's more of the discipline of putting money consistently in the
mm.
stock market rather than trading. Yun yung advice
So,
namin.
identify na lang ng,
Yeah.
probably stable and then top up ka.
Correct. So like mga dividend, giving
Mm,
out dividends ng mga stocks.
mm.
Um, yeah, so yung
More
mga
ng
ganun. So parang
bond
certain
type.
idea. Yeah, yeah, tama.
Mm. Thank you. So I hope that helps you, Joyce. Shirley is asking, what can people do to make their savings rate better when they're working towards becoming financially independent? Kasi I think na-mention mo kanina na when you put it in the bank, ang may interest rate but it's not much. And then there's also the inflation. I think a lot can relate to Shirley's question on what's the better way of saving but actually not losing money towards the end.
Okay. So hindi ko sure kung if I understand it correctly, but um, for savings rate, when we talk about savings rate in FIRE, it's based dun sa income mo, and then how much
Mm-mm,
is your expense, and then ano yung natira for savings. No? So if you are spending 90% of your income, then your savings rate is
10.
10%.
Mm-mm,
Now, how do we increase your savings rate? So, ibig sabihin, we need to lower your income. Lowering
mm,
your income, may ano yan eh, how do I say this? may personal assessment ka muna of yourself in terms of where does the money go. Now, if you're a single person and then you're just supporting yourself, it might go to maybe rent, utilities,
Mm-mm.
food, transportation or something. Or for someone else na nagsusupport pa ng parents, 'di ba? Might be giving a certain amount to their parents or may pinapaaral na kapatid. So it's very different. So where do we s- save? Kumbaga, how do we increase that savings rate? We assess in terms of yung mga hindi natin kailangan na mga bagay. We might be overspending on food deliveries or we might be overspending
True.
on shopping sa Shopee or Lazada. So, kailangan natin kasi i-track eh. And then, pag
Mm,
na-realize mo na okay, I spent maybe 5,000 on Shopee. Pero on things na pwede namang I could survive without it. Then,
mm,
so, kunwari yung kita mo na 50,000 na dati, ang savings mo lang would be 5,000. Now, you could increase that to 10,000. So, you need to assess
mm,
continuously. Maybe also uh, brand switching. May tinatawag kaming brand
mm,
switching eh. So, when you go to a grocery, meron ka ng mga predetermined brands in your head. Okay, I'll buy this, I'll buy this, I'll buy this. Kasi sanay na. Pero, if it's like, let's say, toothpaste,
mm,
maybe you could downgrade. It's still
mm.
toothpaste, pero baka
Nice.
ibang
Yeah.
brand, iba,
Mm,
lower cost, right? So,
mm.
ano kasi, the price and the brand has parang may correlation yan eh.
Same lang
So,
ng content,
the
may
perceived,
calcium, may
yeah, may perceived
fluoride and
concept of
all.
yeah.
Mm,
So if you look at the groceries that you're buying, it could be the same thing that you're buying next month, pero you could have saved certain amount kasi nag-switch ka na ng brand,
mm.
right? So
Nice.
those
Mm,
things you need to be ano ba, parang conscious about.
mm, mm,
Minsan kasi sobrang bombarded na tayo with what we're trying to think of, yung
mm.
mga issues natin sa buhay and we don't want to think of these things kasi maliliit
Mm.
na bagay.
Bili
Pero
ka na lang bili, oo.
oo, bili na lang tayong bili. So, yung ano natin is that it costs us our time
True.
and
Mm,
ma-realize natin yon in the future pa. Parang ang hirap ma-realize yan now eh. So,
mm,
makikita
mm,
natin yun. Okay, marami tayong regrets kasi hindi ko 'to ginawa, 'no? So, yun yung mga certain things. Pero Shirley, thank you for your question. It's more of
mm,
like a continuous uh, assessment of what we're spending on. And
mm.
then, at a certain point, sasabihin mo na, um, okay na ako sa ganito. Parang I cannot go na parang sobrang frugal na tinipid ko na
Compromise na
lahat.
din, oo.
'Di ba?
Mm,
Compromise ko na yung
mm,
lifestyle na gusto ko. So,
mm,
at a certain point, it's always going to be your personal decision,
mm,
right? You don't need to follow kasi may mga vloggers sa US na when they talk about fire, it's extreme frugality para mas
mm,
mabilis nila ma-achieve yung goal which is their fire number.
mm,
So parang
mm.
sacrifice ko na ngayon and then I'll reap the rewards because faster ko
Later,
ma-achieve
oo.
yung fire
Mm,
later.
mm,
Then na-realize din namin, should we follow that path?
mm,
Kaya ba? So kami, husband and wife, ako kaya ko siguro and then my wife hindi. So kailangan ko rin mag-compromise, 'di ba? Hindi man pwede,
mm,
"Wag ka nang mag-shopping, wag ka nang lumabas, dito lang
mm,
tayo sa
mm,
bahay." So it's a balance, eh. It's a constant reassessment talaga.
mm.
And at the end of the day kasi personal finance is personal decision, 'di ba?
True.
So uh, can someone judge you for it? Maybe, pero at the end of the day, kung sabi mo, ito yung non-negotiables ko, Ken. I cannot live
Mm,
without massage. I cannot live without ganito. So, i-budget na natin yan. And then,
mm,
kasama na yan sa pag-compute mo ng fire number. So, at least,
mm.
in your head, okay, sige, pwede nating simulan and stuff like that.
Mm.
So, yeah.
So there should be follow-up ni ano ni Shirley. Dapat talaga tracking the expenses and earnings and then investments as well. Um, tracking it. Kami sa spreadsheet, we really track everything, receipts and all, Grab, lahat-lahat. Oo, so you can really see, oh, right, this month, ang dami nating Grab kasi we use Grab than Panda. Ang dami nating ganito and we have to lower it. Ang
Yeah.
laki ng electricity, so we have to lower it a little bit. Turn off everything. And yeah, we have another one here. I think it's a comment from Joyce as well. Stock is a gamble, while fire is to secure your financial independence. I understand. So, yeah, I think ito yung sa question kanina when
Yeah.
regards to stock market. Okay, we also have here Carla saying thank you for this. Yeah, brand substitution yung na-mention kanina. Thank you for the tips. Okay, wisdom. Thank you to the speaker. Yep, I think so far that's it. I don't know if there are other questions. Let us know. Siguro we have this one also. Yep, I think I don't know if naasa natin to. May I ask, can you please suggest trusted and well established platforms or websites that we can invest in the Philippine market?
Philippine stocks, we have Call Financial, COL Financial.
Mm,
That's one of the brokerage firms. And then I think First Metro is also a good place where you could
mm,
invest. Merong mga banks that have you could trade with, let's say, BDO or BPI. Pero in terms of, I I cannot say
all
fully.
banks like GCash. Mayroon din sila, di ba?
GCash, yeah. Pero hindi pa yata active trading. I'm not sure
Mm,
kasi they're
mm,
moving towards that you could trade already in the app. But
mm,
I am not sure if it's already up and running.
mm,
Pero Call Financial, First Metro, with the banks, I've heard from relatives na medyo slow yung ano ba, yung yung system. So parang yung gusto mo nang i-trade or gusto mo nang i-sell, hindi mag-push through kasi medyo mabagal yung
mm,
system. So
mm,
it really depends. Kasi I haven't tried everything eh. But you could check
mm,
out the groups and may mga suggestions din doon.
mm, mm. Question from Annabelle. Banks have financial managers who are in charge of looking into where to put your investments, right?
Yes. And I would say, kung pwedeng wag nyo nang gawin yon, do it yourself. Okay? Kasi, it, again, I'm going to state this, no? Parang, it's counterintuitive na, nasabihin ko yon. Kasi,
Mm,
oh, mas magaling sila. They're in the banking industry, they're in the finance
mm,
industry, they have
mm,
people doing that, managing that. Pero at the end of the day, I want to go back to the term personal finance.
mm,
It's personal, no?
mm,
So at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. Hindi natin pwede ipasa. Yung retirement natin, hindi natin pwede ipasa. Dapat sagot na yan ng SSS, dapat sagot na yan ng government, yung mga whatever.
PhilHealth.
Dapat ganito yung ano ng bank kasi sila nag-handle ng pera ko. Pero pag hindi kumita, mainis ka kasi hindi kumita. Di ba? Parang
Mm,
at the end of the day, it's our responsibility, it's our personal finance, it's our future and retirement. No, so um, the the more time that or the time that we put this off or kumbaga iniisang tabi natin, no? We're putting this off, sumo-shorten yung time natin to take action eh, to build.
mm,
Kasi
mm,
iniisang tabi natin, pinapasa natin sa iba, pinapasa natin sa iba. So, for me, I'm 40 years old. We just started. Actually, may mga certain things kaming pina-practice na hindi ko alam na fire. No? So
mm,
may mga certain, so gusto ko lang i-share, especially since the audience is more into freelancing.
mm,
Ang ang using ng location arbitrage. No? So
mm,
anong ibig sabihin nun? So if you're familiar with location arbitrage, the term, it's part of the fire lingo. kumbaga you're taking advantage of the situation or where you're located. So right now, we're located in the Philippines, or most of us are, pero
Mm-mm.
we're earning in dollars dahil our client is outside the country, right? So, yung arbitrage nun or the advantage is that we're earning more in peso, right? So, like yung sinabi ni Ma'am Grace, is that we have freelancers earning six digits, 'di ba? In a month, parang sobrang daming pera. Pero, if you just put it like, inasa mo lang din sa ibang tao yung pera, you might be surprised, hindi din yan lalaki.
Mm-mm.
So I'm saying,
True.
I'm going to express my deepest, kumbaga, pinupush ko talaga kayo to really take a look into it. Kasi kami, for us, we were living in Manila, and then we decided to move to Davao. So yung
Mm-mm.
arbitrage namin is the lower cost of living. No? So we sacrificed the income that Manila or yung corporate Manila was giving us. Pero we took advantage of the lower cost of living. So meaning, when we were doing our business, mas mura yung cost, mas mabilis namin pwedeng
Mm-mm.
mapatak. So we took advantage of those things. And then in terms of the investment side, I took more of a responsibility. Kasi dati, okay, itong insurance agent ko, kaibigan ko naman or something, di ba? So you're
Mm-mm.
thinking that they have your best interest at heart. Pero you have your best
Mm-mm.
interest at heart talaga. So, yun yung
Mm-mm.
parati kong sinasabi and sinishare.
Mm-mm. You still be
Yeah.
in charge. Oh, dapat ikaw
Yeah,
pa rin in
you need to be
charge.
in charge. Yeah.
One question from Sheila. Can you share some apps that are free where we can track expenses, including credit cards?
So Sheila, naghahanap din kami nito. No, but kasi the ultimate free app would be your Google Sheets. No? So ito,
Mm-mm.
tinuturo mo siguro sa mga freelancers mo, Ma'am Grace, the use of Google
Mm-mm.
Docs, Google Sheets. So
Mm-mm.
you just need to have the discipline to record it. No?
Mm-mm.
Kasi yung app,
True.
kahit may app ka sa phone, kung hindi walang consistency and the discipline, hindi mo
Mm-mm.
rin makuha.
Mm-mm.
And then you'd be surprised when you join the Facebook group that we have. Most
Mm-mm.
of them use Google Sheets talaga.
Mm-mm.
Merong gumagamit ng app baka because they're familiar with it. But usually they're single or isa yung nagma-manage nun. So hindi siya yung dual, kunwari let's say your husband and wife, and then the husband encodes it. Usually kinokollect yan ng isang tao. It's either the
Yes.
wife or
Oo,
the
oo.
husband. And then siya yung
Mm-mm.
mag-encode ng lahat. So
Mm-mm.
mas okay din na Google Sheet. At least shared
Mm-mm.
sheets, mga ganun ba.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Yep. So,
may tanong
choose
si
muna tayo.
Joyce. So,
Uh,
sorry.
yep.
We didn't mention the official page. The
Mm-mm.
official page is Fire Movement Philippines. May page on, but you could join the group. So the group is a private group. You will have to answer certain questions. Uh, so Fire Movement Philippines group. I would like to share to everyone, we're now 7,000 members strong in the group. Na nagsimula lang kami, me and my wife trying to teach our relatives, our friends, and then nag-balloon na to 7,000 people. It's a mix, no? People who are Filipinos who are uh, starting out sa fire journey nila. And then we have members also na nag-fire na. Kumbaga, sila na yung nag-share ng information, sila na nag-share ng experience nila and knowledge. So the community is very kumbaga generous in terms of answering questions and
Mm-mm.
sharing their insights. So
Mm-mm.
you're
Yep. So,
please feel free to join the community. Kailangan nyo lang sumagot ng mga certain questions.
So you can go ahead and search sa Facebook ngayon, Fire Movement Philippines. It's under one group. It's under group. So makikita niyo din yung group na name nasa ano natin, nasa presentation, and then you can go ahead and join. Yep, there will be questions, and then you're going to really learn a lot. So a lot of people are sharing. I'm in there, and a lot of people are sharing like ano yung mga questions, ano yung mga tips, where are they investing. So you can go ahead and do that real quick. Right? Probably a last question we have from Alisa here. How do individuals ensure that they have access to healthcare and other necessities before reaching traditional retirement age after achieving fire?
Okay, so for freelancers, actually for any individual, no, kasi traditionally, if you're working, you have your company that helps you cover for HMO, di ba? Yung mga health
Mm-mm.
benefits, right? So, sa atin, as entrepreneurs, mga solopreneurs, mga professionals, mga freelancers, uh, we just pay for it. Kaya kailangan na yan, eh. Parang hindi natin
Mm-mm.
siya, parang the companies to keep you in the company, to keep you working for them, bigay talaga ng benefits. And those benefits could come in
True.
bonuses, could come in parang, let's say, car, ano, di ba, yung mga car allowance, yung mga ganun. So, they want to keep you working for the company. Now
Mm-mm.
that you're out and doing certain things for yourself, being a freelancer, being a professional that you're earning on your own, you need to consider yourself as your own company. No, so how you would look at a company financial, like earning income less expenses, and then ito yung profit. So essentially for us, ganun din. When an income comes in, kung ginastos natin yan lahat, ang profit ng company mo is now zero or five,
Mm-mm.
or minsan baon ka pa sa utang kasi nag-credit card ka for something. So you need to consider yourself as a company also. So that includes your HMO. How do you choose? Mahabang-habang usapan din yun. But definitely, you will need to assess, especially if you have kids, di ba, yung
Mm-mm.
husband. So it's a family decision also. If you, which HMO or which provider you will choose based on budget, based on coverage. No? So thank you, Alisa, for that question. There's no going around it. Eh. There's
Mm-mm.
no parang sa sidestep na dapat ibang tao yung magbayad yan. Wala. It's us. No, we have to do that. And then at the same time, once you have realized that, or once you have put that in the fire number or in your computations, then ang goal talaga natin is to reach that fire number, na itong fire number na to, the amount that we have invested is earning and covers already your health insurance. Kasi yung earnings nun should be able to cover those things. Kasi yun talaga yung goal, is to have that fire number achieved so that the earnings could pay for your basic expenses.
Mm-mm.
Na yung mga luho, yung mga gusto nating, okay, gusto nating mag-travel, gusto nating mag-ganon,
Travel.
ano na yon, it's outside of that, no? So, pero pwede mo ring incorporate sa budget or
Budgeting
sa
mo.
fire
Mm-mm.
number, okay lang. Pero ang goal talaga is to have your basic expenses covered, meaning your
Mm-mm.
food, electricity, your health insurance, your coverage. Parang kailangan covered yan eh. So, s- someone else paid for it, meaning you saved and invested, and then yung someone else is technically your investment, paid for that. So yun yung gusto natin i-share sa people. You need to create that vehicle, or you have to create
Mm-mm.
that machinery that earns certain amount of money for you, and then that money is covering your expenses talaga.
Mm-mm. All right. I hope that was helpful, Alisa. So it's more of a personal responsibility talaga kasi just like
Mm.
it was mentioned earlier, it's a personal decision. So might be na you, if you are married, you and your husband, and if you have a family, really sit down and discuss. All right. I think that's all good. Thank you very much, Ken, for being with us. We're going to be drawing top fans and some winners, but any parting words before you go ahead and say goodbye to everybody, aside from they need to be in the group to be able to learn more?
Siguro mag-ano lang kami, plug. We because of the two advocacies are now parang intertwined eh. So we push
Mm-mm.
for supporting or spreading love for Philippine chocolates. So you could
Mm-mm.
visit us uh, sa website namin, www.cacaoculture.ph. We carry different Philippine chocolate brands. And you could check out our Facebook also, Cacao Culture PH, and also on Instagram. And then dun sa Fire community, outside of the group, we are also starting a podcast as well para mas regular na yung sessions, mas regular na rin yung learnings, sharing. Kasi what we found out is that people learn if they see a success story, no? Like I
True.
think that you are a testament to that, no? People who have gone through your program, who are
Mm-mm.
now successful freelancers, they are your success stories, and then it proves
Mm-mm.
that the system is working. So for us, yung fire lifestyle, marami kasi nagtatanong, gagana ba yan sa Pilipinas? Wala namang ganyan sa Pilipinas eh. So ang ano natin is that there are Filipinos who have already achieved fire.
And they
Hindi
can
lang
be
sila
inspiring other people.
uh,
Mm-mm.
yeah, to do it also. Ang problem lang
Mm-mm.
is that hindi sila hindi sila nagyayabang, right?
Hindi
Hindi
sila
kasi
hindi
na-achieve ko
sila
na yung
nagpa-viral.
fire, okey na ako, hindi naman ako nagyayabang, eh, 'di ba? So, kaya hindi natin
Mm.
nalalaman yung mga kuwento,
Mm.
yung mga
True.
ginawa nilang strategy or
Mm.
paano sila na-achieve yung fire na yun. So,
Mm.
iba kasi like social media has a lot of people talking and also baka yung content might not be as substantial kasi yun nga nada-drown out yung voice.
Mm.
So we want to
Mm.
have that platform that na-share natin yung mga success stories, mga kapwa nating
Mm.
Pilipino na na-achieve to.
Yes. Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. Because we're actually it's counterculture kasi most often for Filipinos to retire nasa 60, sometimes nga
Mhm.
nagpa-plus pa 'di ba, 70, 80.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're very old but they have to still work. So this is a counterculture movement and we are all supportive of the fire movement. So yes, for that podcast, we look forward to that podcast. Go ahead also and you are go ahead also if you're in Davao, try the chocolates. It's one of our
Oh, yeah.
favorite. Yun yung pasalubong namin all the time when we go to Manila and all sa mga friends namin. And then especially the ano yung parang Japanese style. That's one of
Nama
our favorite.
chocolates.
Uh,
Yeah, the Nama
mm-mm,
chocolates. We use Philippine chocolates.
mm-mm.
We created a version of
Mm.
the Royce Nama chocolates.
Nice. Maybe you can let them know where you're at in Davao and how are they going to order the chocolates as well if they are outside of Davao.
So if you're in Davao, we have two branches. We have our flagship store. We just recently opened the flagship store at Huna Subdivision. It's 512 Manga Street, Huna Subdivision. So you could enjoy chocolates, meron na po kaming drinks, some pastries, and then pwede kayo mag-shopping doon. For for those who are in the parang downtown area, you could check Poblacion Market Central, which is the parang tourist attraction or
Mm-mm.
parang mga pasalubong center
The new
type of
Aldebinco. Mm-mm.
yeah, in the downtown area. So we're just located at the ground floor of that. If you're outside of Davao, we have Shopee and Lazada as well. Just search for Cacao Culture PH. And ang hindi lang namin na ship out is the Nama chocolate. I'm really sorry, guys. Pero
Kailangan na
everything
siya
else
yung
we could
ano,
ship
frozen, 'di ba?
nationwide.
Kailangan siya
Yeah,
i-ano,
kailangan
oo.
kasi chilled yun, yeah.
Mm,
So, maraming bumibili from Davao and then ginagawang pasalubong to Cebu, to Manila. They bring
mm,
it with them. Uh, but
mm.
the but everything else we could ship nationwide naman.
Mm. Sounds good. Thank you very much, Ken, and thank you for the empowerment that you've given us today. I know that a lot of people learned what financial independence and retiring early is. If you are here and this is your you just catch the last you caught the last few minutes lang, all you have to do is just review the previous part of the video of this live kasi Ken mentioned like lahat-lahat na like identifying your fire number, also going through like different topics when it comes to the fire movement, real estate, identify lahat-lahat, and you can go back to the previous few minutes when we started when Ken was sharing. So thank you very much once again. All right, so we are here, and this is going to be the last few slides. Okay, so what we're going to do is just draw in the winners of our top fan. Okay, so for the last live, ito yung mga winners natin when it comes to asking relevant questions. Congratulations to Alisa May De Luna. Okay, this was from the last one. Okay, the last discussion that we had. And Ivana Clothing. So you win 500 pesos Gcash from the last week na discussion natin. So all you need to do in order to claim is email us at info@researchmarketplace.com with email subject Gcash training winner. Okay. So now, lastly, we are going to draw 22 tap fan. Okay, so yung staff ko sinabi talaga, Coach, it's not it's not 20 lang, 22 tap fans kasi ang nangyari, I think the last one si Shirley nabunot dalawa, and then the last one I also just choose 19. Okay, so these were the numbers. So we have 57 entries here, 500 top fan winners, top fans, okay? So these were generated by Facebook itself na kayo yung always na nag-share, nagko-comment, nagtatag, very lively when it comes to our discussions. And the 22 that will be drawn here will each receive a course of choice, except for the VA agency course and the masterclass virtual assistant online training. Okay, so we're going to be drawing 22. All right, so here is the first one. Okay, so first one is Sasha. Okay, all right, congratulations, Sasha. Let's go and do the second winner. Okay, second one we have. So you just email us. Okay, Zemri. Okay, congratulations. We have two winners now. 20 more winners. So again, we're doing this one because we are celebrating our 7th year anniversary. So we're drawing 70 people when it comes to courses. Third one is Princess. Okay, congratulations, Princess. So we have 19 more. I'll just do this real quick. Okay. So we have also here, who are you? Tito Miranda. Okay. I hope, I'm not sure if this is um the artist or not, but congratulations. Okay. So that was our fourth winner. We have here another one. We have, all right. Lodeline Sanchez, congratulations. You are our fifth winner, I think. And then last, I know we have another one drawing 16 more. Bethany Green Kahatian. Okay, congratulations. You win one free course of choice. Okay. We also have another one. Let's go. This is our 15th winner, Weng Kaayupan. Okay. Kaayupan. Yeah, I think I pronounced it correctly. Um, Another one we have here. Congratulations to Eric Lucero. Congratulations. You are our 14th winner. No, sixth winner. No, 14 slots more. That's what I was counting. Okay. And this email, Justin. Okay. 12 slots more. And if I am wrong, we'll just go ahead and adjust it in the next one. All right. 13, 13 slots. Alisa, Dulao. Okay. 12 more. We have, and to all of our staff, let me know if I'm correcting wrong or I'm counting wrong. 12. Okay. Edna Garata, congratulations. So you can claim this by emailing us. I think top fun winner should be your email subject. Okay. So this is Oishin Mariscal. Congratulations. All right. I think 11 slots more. We also have after this I'm gonna be mentioning the code for your certification. Tebi Amale Alamis. Okay, congratulations. 10 more. We also have, okay, there's a lot. So far, thank you very much to the overwhelming support. Okay, Jean, congratulations. Thank you for supporting us, not just all throughout the 7 years, but even the last few years, with all our directions. Thank you for always being there. Likoy Bonifacio, okay, congratulations. 8 more. Also have here, who is the next one? Kenny Gazal. Okay. Congrats, Kenny. I hope that you're going to choose a really good course. All right. We also have, okay, Jinjin Arcia. Okay. And then I think I'll draw 6 more. I hope I'm not wrong. Okay. We also have another winner for free course of choice. So we have 40 courses. Legs Maningo. Okay. Congratulations, Legs, for winning one free course of choice. So we have different courses. You can just choose from any of the 40 plus courses. Daisy Gnosis, congratulations. Okay, 4 more. All right, to complete the 22 winners. Okay, and my staff will let me know if I'm missing some. Kevin Ronquillo, congratulations. 3 more. Okay, almost there. And then I'm going to be mentioning the code, and then you can be certified from this one. While, okay, Carino, congratulations. 2 more, down to the last 2. Okay, and don't worry, we will still have gifts for you guys as part of our 7th year anniversary. Just watch out for our Lorraine, congratulations, last one winner. Just watch out for our announcements. We have incoming gifts all throughout this September as well. Okay, last winner, Sis Lumain, congratulations. I hope I was able to mention all of that. All right. Thank you, everybody. So now, in order for you to be certified, you need to be adding a code. We will be sending you a feedback form. If you have not registered, please make sure that you register. Our staff are going to add there. Okay, one more. Last one pa daw, sabi ng ni Sir Adi. So I'm gonna be getting one more. Okay, so let's go for one more winner. I missed one more. So here's the last one. Okay. And again, I'll be mentioning the code in order for you to be certified after this one. So the last one is Lady Bird Reyes. Congratulations. Okay. I hope that you guys are blessed with all of this discussion. Congratulations to all of our winners. In order for you to claim, we will be posting, how you're going to be claiming this one. But in order for you to be certified, please use the code fire number. Okay. FIRE and then no space NUMBER. So that will be our code for today's discussion. You need to be adding it in the feedback form in order for you to be certified. And I think that's it. Thank you very much for being with me. I will see you again next week for another free training with another hot topic in order for you to be empowered here only in Surge Freelancing Marketplace.